Hi friend, and welcome to my kitchen. In this video, I'm going to show you step by step how to not only make the baked beans, but also can them. These beans have a nice southern barbecue flavor. I don't know about you, but I enjoy convenience food, but at the same time, I like to know what is in my food. So let's get right to it. You want to make sure that you sort your beans. I found a little stone whenever I was sorting these. So you don't want to take a chance. It does not matter where you get your beans from. There's always a chance that there could be a stone in it. So after you inspect your dry beans, rinse them in cold water and then drain the water and put the beans in a medium-sized saucepan with enough fresh water to cover them by 1 inch or 2. We will boil the water for 5 minutes before reducing to a low simmer. And then we're going to simmer with a lid on the pan for 30 minutes. This calls for 1 pound of dry navy beans, which is equivalent to about 2.5 cups of dry beans. I'm doing a double batch, but I'm going to read off the directions for a single batch. While our beans are on cooking, let's get our barbecue sauce mixed up. 1.5 cups of chicken stock. This is some of my homemade chicken stock. And I recently made a video showing you step-by-step how to make this chicken broth. 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar, 1/4 of a cup of apple cider vinegar, 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. The recipe actually calls for soy sauce, but I like Worcestershire sauce better. 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, 6 ounces of tomato paste, 1/2 cup of molasses, 1/4 cup of barbecue sauce, 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. And then we're just going to whisk this all together. And then we'll just set this aside. Our beans are to a boil, so we'll set our timer for 5 minutes. We're going to turn our burner down to low, and then we're going to put a lid on this and let it simmer for 30 minutes. Now that our beans are simmering, we're going to put in 12 ounces of diced bacon. I cubed this bacon up into 1-inch cubes, and we're going to fry this until it's nice and crispy. Our beans are done, so we're going to get them drained. All right, this bacon is ready to come off. You want to leave as much of the oil in the pot as possible because we're going to be sauteing our onions and garlic in this bacon grease. This house is smelling so good. I mean, anytime you can have the aroma of bacon filling your house, that's amazing. But pretty soon we're going to also have the smell of onions, and I love the smell of onions cooking. So now we're going to add 1 cooking onion. We'll saute this for about 2 minutes, and we'll add 6 cloves of minced garlic. Let this cook for about 1 minute. You just cook it until you start to smell the aroma of the garlic. It smells good. I'm going to get this turned off. We're going to put our bacon back in here. And then we'll add our drained beans. I'll stir this barbecue sauce back up because that's the next thing that needs to go in. Now we'll get this all stirred together. And you'll notice that the beans are not completely cooked at this stage, but they're going to be processing for 75 minutes. So they'll for sure be done by the time they get done with the processing stage. These beans already look so good. We're going to let these beans simmer for about 5 minutes. I'm using the digital Presto canner. And for this, I just have to make sure that my water line is up here to the first line. And now I'll get my jars in. My jars are half filled with water. And for this canner, they do this process to sterilize the jars. I'm going to lower the arm on this. And then I'm going to take the regulator off. I want to make sure this is set to pressure can. And then I'm going to push this go button. I'll set the time for 75 minutes. That's how long we'll be processing. Now I'm going to push this again, and it says to insert the jars. I just did, so now I'm going to push this again, and now it says warm. All right, the jars are ready. And then I'm going to pour this first jar in here so that there's hot water. to help keep the jars tempered. You don't ever want to put hot contents in a cold jar because it'll make them bust. Our jars are all sterilized and ready to fill. We are going to fill these and leave a 1-inch headspace. I might have overfilled that one. I'll just come back and scoop any out that is too much. Typically, you'd only be filling 4 jars. I'm doing a double batch, so there should be 8 pints here. I think there's going to be a little bit extra. I have too many beans in some of these, so I'm going to the excess out. I'd rather go on the side of too few than too much because I don't want to have a problem with these sealing properly. And I also want to make sure I have plenty of the sauce in here as well. And get some of the sauce out and add a little bit of that in there. I'll take my wide knife here and stir this really good to make sure that it's completely debubbled. The reason I did a double batch is because my canner will hold 8 pints. So by doubling it, I have a full canner. I feel like if I'm gonna do a batch, I just as well fill my canner up. So now I'm taking a clean cloth and wiping the edges of all of them. You don't want to take any shortcuts on this part because if any food is left on the edge of the jar, it won't seal. So I washed them a couple times with a clean cloth, and now I have a paper towel that has vinegar on it. I'm going to wipe each of them with that as well, just to make sure that I got everything off there. Now we're ready to put our lids on. And now we'll put our rings on. I'm going to hold the jar with this washcloth so it doesn't burn me. And I'm just going finger tight. You don't want to rain down on it. And the last one. We're going to get our lid back on here. Lower our arm down. Make sure our regulator is still off. And now we'll push this button here. And it says heat, and that's all there is to it until it starts beeping. I'll have to put the regulator on, but I will meet you back here when these are all done. So as you can see, there's still some beans and some sauce left in here. There might have been another pint's worth, but I don't want to run the canner for just 1 pint of beans. So this will make a nice addition to tonight's dinner, and that way we can try them together. Well, they're all done. Let's get these out of here. They're beautiful. And now we have 8 pints of baked beans ready to go on the shelf. What's nice about that is it's such a nice convenience food. And not only is it convenient, but I know the ingredients that are in here. And I save quite a lot of money to make them myself. Beans are relatively inexpensive, and yes, there's a lot of other ingredients in here, but if I broke it down, I'm pretty certain it would be a whole lot cheaper than buying it from the store. So I hope that you saw through the step-by-step process how easy this can actually be. But I think before we end this, I need to sample the beans. So these were some that I cooked up on the stove. They're nice and thick now, so let's give them a try. You can definitely taste the barbecue. These beans have a lot of flavor. And the nice thing is you can modify this recipe to your liking as long as you keep the ratio of liquid the same. If you like spicier beans, you might want to add a little bit more cayenne or maybe some red pepper flakes or something like that. But I think this basic recipe is definitely one that I'll be using again. So I hope that this inspired you to give it a try. If you enjoy content like this, would you consider subscribing so that you can join me here again next time? I hope that you're all having a wonderful day. Bye for now.